Hi, you are watching Women Are Talking, and I am your host, Billy Martin. Thank you so much for watching. We have a very special guest here today. Her name is Jazzmin Brown, Chef Jazzmin. We also have a very special guest here, Kimtoya and Sydney Williams. They decided to join here today so that Miss Jazz can show them exactly what it is, why food and romance goes together. My two favorite things, food and romance. So what are you preparing for us today, Miss Jazz?
Today I will prepare a date night pizza. Pizza is one of the easiest, but can be a very sexy thing that a couple can prepare and eat together. So we're going to have a vegetarian pizza because, as I understand, our couple here, they do not eat meat. So they will have a vegetarian pizza and they will have a nice tossed salad to go with it.
Ooh.
So it's going to be both healthy and tasty.
And tasty.
And sexy.
And you don't eat meat because...
Well, I eat meat. My husband doesn't eat meat.
Because...
Just lost interest in it.
He lied. Why you lying on camera?
I call him a pescatarian because he eats
fish.
Oh, okay.
But he doesn't eat
Red meat.
poultry
You don't eat.
or red meat.
Okay. But you're fine. You love veggies and I know that's right. I know that's right. So what ingredients did you have for us today?
Well, I prepared earlier a pizza with a whole wheat crust. And it's going to be all veggies. So we have a little garlic oil here. Excuse me. We have mushrooms. We have onions. We have red and green peppers, spinach, and black olives. And what you see here is just some of the ingredients that were in the salad and the pizza. So we have a garden salad here with just romaine lettuce, cucumbers, red onions, tomatoes, and black olives. And we have a vinaigrette, a mustard vinaigrette that will accompany that. And here we're going to actually do a demo with pizza crust, and I'll talk a little bit about how versatile pizza is. It's likened to an artist palette because it's a blank canvas, and you add the ingredients and you have your masterpiece. So that's what we're going to do here today.
Yeah, so let's get started.
Okay.
What do you need me to do? I really don't want to do nothing. I'd rather they do it. I just want to drink wine. So.
Okay. Well,
let's have a toast.
Cheers, team.
Oh, I'm late, huh?
I'm sorry. Cheers to romance and food.
Let's get started. Okay, so Sydney.
Yes.
Would you mind finishing up the grated cheese?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then when he's done with that, excuse me. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to start with the crust, and I'm going to have Toya join me.
You okay working, Toya? Or you do it all day at night at home?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Come this way.
And this is what I'm just going to add a little flour to the board so that the dough doesn't stick.
Okay.
So Toya, here you go.
What do I do?
It's going to get a little messy.
I love to cook, but I've never made pizza.
Pizza is an awesome thing to cook, especially for date night. What I love about pizza is very versatile. You can do breakfast pizza, you can do dessert pizza, and then you can do something savory, which is what we're pretty much doing today.
And where do you get the pizza dough?
This is a store-bought pizza dough. So I think it was $1, and they sell it in whole wheat, and they sell it in just a regular flour dough. It's $1. You can make it yourself at home if you have the time and you want to be, a little Susie homemaker. But if not,
Buy it for $1.
Okay.
but for $1, you can save yourself the trouble. You're going to just pat a little flour on here, and then
kind of
Wait, watch my wine.
there you go. Just get the flour on it so it's not sticking. And then I'm going to show you just a little technique, what you're going to do with your fingers to get it spread out. Just to stretch it out a little bit. You got to twist it up. And then I know you've seen this in the pizza.
It. I don't think
I'm not going to tell you that I'm an expert, at doing this part.
want me to
Toss
toss
up
it.
and toss it up and
I'm not going to
spin
do
it.
that. I think this has a lot to do with being from Italy. I'm kidding.
Part
but,
of your DNA.
right. So I really just kind of stretch it out as much as I can, like this. So I'm going to let you do a little bit of this, and try not to poke a hole like I just did. You can always patch it back together. That's what I love about it.
That's a little workout.
There you go.
All right, let's give
Try
it
to
a
get on the
try.
edge so you can stretch this out a little bit.
Okay.
And you see as you do it, it's stretching.
Oh, it is stretching.
We're going to close up this hole right here.
Oh, you got the
going.
cheese here already.
You got the cheese all shredded
All
first.
done.
Thanks. That's great. Now you can lay it flat. Another beautiful thing I'm going to tell you about pizza crust. It doesn't have to be that perfect round circle that we see at the pizzeria.
Yay.
This is your own thing. This is your palette. And when it's done, it'll be your masterpiece. And when you eat it, I'm sure it's not going to matter what it looks like. It's going to be yummy. For the sake of time, I'll stretch this out a little bit more. Lay it out like this. Close up our little holes here. Okay. And we'll make it a little.
That's cute.
Right. We'll have it round like this. Now what you can do is get your ladle.
Okay.
And you have the sauce here. I'll take the lid off of that. Actually, we're missing a step. Toy, you want to do me a favor? You want to pass her that brush over there?
Brush the oil on.
Yes, and you get the oil. It's just the first container here. And you're going to brush a little oil around
The edges are
the edges and all over.
Yay.
And that's garlic oil. It's olive oil infused with fresh chopped garlic.
I love garlic.
That's me too.
Smells yummy.
Me
It's going to
too.
taste really yummy when you're done.
And you just do what she's doing, just brush it around
Just
the
brush it
edges?
around the edges. You can brush it around the entire crust.
Do you need it around the entire crust?
No, but it just adds more flavor. It wouldn't hurt to
Okay.
have a little extra.
Maybe flavor and the color probably.
Right.
Yeah.
The color is definitely going to come out on the edges of the pizza.
Okay.
So that's good. Now, Sid, you're going to come over
Okay.
and
Switch spots.
yeah, you
All
can-
right.
that's
Okay.
it. Okay, we're going to give him some space. There you go. And you get a ladle full of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
So what's in the sauce?
The sauce is I make my own sauce. I don't crush tomatoes or anything, but I buy cans of crushed tomatoes. I'm sorry, let's give him something to do. Pour that in the middle. I'm going to
Okay.
show you exactly what you do with the ladle. All right,
Okay.
so once you get it in, just keep spreading it around, just like you see at the pizza shop. I know you watched them before, so you should be able to do that and feel like you're an official pizza maker. It's crushed tomatoes with basil, and what I did was I added to the sauce. I added fresh garlic chopped. I added oregano, dry oregano. I added dry thyme. I added cracked black pepper and salt.
It looks really
And a little
vibrant.
red wine vinegar and olive oil.
Ah,
Shook it up, and you
that's
have a
the
really great,
secret
right?
ingredient.
I can tell you that because you would find that on any site. And I'm not going to tell you what the extra ingredient is.
Unless you buy the book. Until you buy the book.
Exactly. Okay, so now you can come over and you can join your husband.
Okay.
Let's make sure we don't get our
We're good.
wires crossed.
Okay.
Okay, now you're gonna put just a little bit of cheese. So you guys can do this together because it's supposed to be like a romantic
Uh-oh.
thing, right?
Do
So you
guys
grab a
usually
little
cook
cheese.
together?
We don't usually cook together. Every now and then he'll be my sous chef.
Oh,
Do some prep.
How
for
often
me.
is that? Barbecue time?
Pretty much.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Once a year.
so here you go.
That's where you be getting down. I see some of your dishes on Facebook.
I love to cook.
What's something that what's one of your favorite dishes that you like to cook?
Everything.
Well, Sid, what's some of the dishes that you like that
She cooks.
Oh, fish. Everything she makes is delicious.
I do grilled salmon, and my kids love beef ribs. They love barbecue beef ribs and mac and cheese.
Yes, that's an all-time favorite.
Yeah, it's looking good.
A little peppers down
A
there.
lot of peppers.
So do you marinate the peppers or anything?
You know what I did? I marinated them and I baked them at about 450 degrees, just on a piece of foil with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Okay.
And I did the same thing to the onions.
They
Okay.
smell delicious.
Yeah, that's what I asked.
And the spinach I just blanched, so it was organic, fresh baby spinach, and I had a pot of boiled water with salt. Dropped them in there for about 10 seconds, pulled them out, and shocked them in a little cold water. That's the blanching process, and just to wither it a little bit, so when you spread it out on the pizza, it'll cook nicely. And then you're gonna add a little bit. You're gonna finish this off with a little cheese when she's done with the spinach.
See, Kimtoya side look all pretty and Sydney side look all red. You can tell who did what side.
You know what? What you just said is great because that's what being an artist is all about. That's his interpretation of pizza, and that's her interpretation. So
Going up there, she all decorated all nice and sprinkly. He just tossed it.
That's
That's
it. We compliment each other. We have
Yes.
the yin and the yang.
Zig and zag, huh?
Zig and zag.
Okay, so then you would take this, and I use a Chicago Metallic has a sheet, a perforated pizza pan. You can use a stone, which is probably even better.
Okay.
But I just put that in the oven for 20 minutes
Yes.
on like 425. And
Pizza
honey, you'll
time.
never go to Sal's again. You got your pizza at home.
fantastic.
You can add whatever toppings you like. You can make it a breakfast pizza. You can add eggs. You can add
Eggs?
yeah, bacon. Well, you don't eat sausage, but you can add sausage. Or, you can add whatever
On your
corn,
side.
the little
Yeah.
vegan meat or whatever. You can add whatever you want to it, and dessert
That's
you can
like
add
a great
chocolate sauce.
Mother's Day or
Okay.
anniversary breakfast for.
Yes. I get
Pizza
that.
breakfast.
Her wheels are spinning already.
Brain spinning.
And then here you just have a garden salad. So you have your cucumbers. I use the English seedless cucumber. You have romaine lettuce. You have tomatoes on a vine. And then you have a little red onion. And I did use some of the black olives. And I made a vinaigrette, which is just some olive oil, red wine vinegar. I put a little brown sugar. Honey is a great emulsifier, or Dijon mustard. And then I put some herbs.
Okay.
Salt and pepper.
Sounds good.
Shake it up.
Now this is a good excuse, Kimtoya.
There you
When
go.
you don't want to cook
Yeah.
and Sid, I'm tired. I need you to go in the kitchen and do the do. He can't say he didn't get any type of instruction
Or training.
You know, any type of training. If he forgot, roll tape. That's what I do.
And you see how easy it is.
Yeah, it's very easy.
All right.
Would you say it was easy?
It was very easy.
Can you see
It's
yourself
fun.
doing this again on your own?
At some point in time, probably.
I mean, you can't beat it. For under $10, you can have a whole gourmet meal, really.
It
Like
was fun.
$1 for pizza crust. Why would you go through all the trouble of making your own pizza crust unless you want to make it yourself? If you have flour, you have all that stuff in your house, you can do your own thing. But you can get whole wheat. You can be healthy about it. You got, these are probably some of the things that you may have, like onions, peppers, spinach. The best time for me to make pizza is when I'm trying to clean out my fridge. Because I'll just take whatever's in there and then $1 for the dough.
Right.
I keep a can of crushed tomatoes in my house, so and we're having pizza.
Okay.
So that's definitely something you can do for date night. And I have one that's already prepared, so
Yay.
Yeah.
you
We're
guys
about to
can.
dive into that right now.
Okay.
Let's chit chat. So, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Okay, stay tuned. Hello. First, let me say thank you for sharing your time with me. My name is Billi Martin, and I produce this show, Women Are Talking. I'm sending you this message because I need your help. Along with my other projects, I've been working vigorously to make this show your show to watch. Necessary changes have been made, and I am and will continue to make necessary changes with a new look, new exciting topics, and new exciting panelists. I must say, this wouldn't be possible without an awesome crew whose professionalism, commitment, and patience are indescribable. But here is where I need your help. Help me spread the word on Women Are Talking. There's no better promoting tactic than word of mouth. This show is something we need to have talked about. Where else can you go listen to you talk about your life issues, voice your opinions, share your dreams to your sister girls and your friends, family, co-workers, boo-boo, whomever. My purpose is to showcase women of color being able to effectively discuss issues in a manner that is not seen in today's reality TV or talk shows. We can talk to each other. Unfortunately, what's mainly shown on TV is that we're money-hungry, fame-whoring baby mamas whose only dependence is determined at the hand of a male figure in some form of fashion. For many of us, that is not our reality. For the others, well, I'd rather talk about them on the show. We have thoughts, opinions, and even a humor to share that is not about hating. Feel me? Instead of feeding the problem, I prefer to be part of the solution. The best way we can represent us is to showcase us. So, like us on Facebook. I hope you do. Please help me spread the word. Joining us on Facebook is the best way to stay tuned to what juicy topics will be discussed by us and you. So thank you for watching. And we are back, ready to stuff our faces. This is the finished product here, but I just wanted, before we dive in, I want to ask Jazzmin a couple of personal questions, pretty much. Not personally, but firstly, I want to know what made you decide to follow this.
It kind of follows me.
How?
I just always love everything about food. I like, one of the things I always say is that like Nordstrom's is to my girlfriends who are like fashionistas. Farmers Market is my Nordstrom.
Okay.
So that kind of sums it up. Like you like to shop for boots and pocketbooks. I like to shop for pots and tomatoes, and that brings me joy. Like I love the supermarket.
And seedless cucumbers.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that no matter what I do, cooking, culinary, all things, I'm a foodie at heart. Like it's just always front and center. It's always something. If I can go to a stranger's house and is anything you need me to do? I'll jump right in. You know, I just love cooking. I love talking about food. I love. It's a wonder I'm not.
But
like,
you knew how to cook before you
I went to culinary school.
Yeah,
I did.
You took it to the next level. I did it. you went and made it all official, making me look bad. Like really?
Well, I did that because I have a lot of respect for people who cook and who are chefs, like professional chefs, and I didn't want to just come on a scene like, this is what I do. No, this is what they do. And for me to make it official for me, I don't know that I needed to do that, but to make it official for me, I felt like I needed to at least get the basics and learn a little bit more about the culinary world, like as a professional.
Okay. So where do you want Jazzy palette to go?
The Jazzy palette, yes, I do have these grandiose dreams and of what it can become. Right now, I have some other things that are kind of in the works, that also tug at my heartstrings. So what I'm doing right now is I work with a couple of international chefs. And I work with an Italian catering firm. And now I work privately with a French chef, a chef from France, and he worked with some pretty great restaurant owners, like people who are like master chefs in his craft. And I'm learning a lot from him. And we do things on a private level, like someone has a dinner party. And it's like anywhere from 16 to 28 people that they may feed. I like that. I like the intimacy of, I'm not into like the 500 person wedding.
Right.
Can I do that with the staff? Sure.
Right.
But I'm more into catering to people individually, in your home, your guests, your child's birthday party, your baby shower, intimate events.
Your anniversary date.
Your anniversary.
Just putting it out there. So, you guys enjoying the pizza? Dive in.
Okay, sure.
Dive in.
He's been waiting.
And save me a piece, please.
Maybe, we'll see.
So, like you were saying, you do private parties, you do private dinners, but you are open to the large, vast.
I am. I will never ever shoot down a blessing. I know what I like, and I know what I'm specializing in. I know what I'm pursuing currently, and that's more of the intimate events because I feel like it's more personal, and it allows you to get to know your client and get to know what they like. And I like longevity. I would like to work with people on a long-term basis. And
you don't just do dishes and appetizers. You do pastry as well.
Some pastry. I'm not like the queen of pastry.
Right.
That I would need a whole lot more. Working with pastry. I love all things sweet. It's a science. The savory is more of it's a creative artistic approach. That you can pretty much do whatever you like. Baking is also it's an amazing art.
Right.
It's a science.
You gotta love it. You gotta. This is who I am. Me and my, baked potato. So, and we want to embrace it in all of its essence.
I mean, anything is a blank canvas to me. A baked potato is a blank canvas. You can put so much
to it. Yeah,
so much in a potato. So that's what I think that's what I really love about it. And then when I was thinking about the name of how I was going to brand myself, the Jazzy Palette, I think what stood out to me is,
first of all, your name.
Jasmine.
Right.
The word jazzy is more of a adjective. People use it to describe things. That's a jazzy shirt. Those are jazzy shoes. So
that's a nice flashy shirt. That's a nice sexy shoes. That's a nice. It has a positive input. It being your name. So
that plays a part. And then the palette. Your tongue is your palette because that's where your taste buds are. And an artist palette. I just kind of started turning my wheels and I'm like, if you were an artist and you had a palette, you would have paint. For me, it would be my ingredients, and you create a masterpiece, right?
Pretty much.
So that's pretty much where all that came from. And there's so many blank canvases in culinary. Like you said, potato, pizza dough.
And that meal was what? $10, right?
Probably less than that. It was $1 for the dough. I'd say about $10.
$10.
You got the lettuce and tomatoes, but for a couple, you only need one of each of those things.
And it's something they can do together after you saw it.
They can do together.
as
And
simple
what's
as
not
it
sexy about red sauce?
What's not sexy about, cooking the meal with your partner, with your man and your woman? Like, baby, I did this for you. I cut these tomatoes.
That's too much. So how I gave you a little bite.
So cute.
Look at that.
They have been together how many years? They have
I gave you a
3
little
gorgeous
bite.
boys. How many years you guys been? Yeah.
20 years,
Okay,
man.
we on camera now. Don't be being freaky.
That's how we've been married for 20 years.
Right. 20 years. They have 3 beautiful boys. 2 of the younger boys are, I'm talking about them now. 2 of the younger 2 boys are chess champions.
Okay.
And they're doing, and then their oldest, who's here, he's a aspiring filmmaker, so yeah, they busy. They got a house full of activity.
And they keep us put together and they're loving each other too.
Yes,
and
we
feeding
do.
each other. Okay, this is a PG
And you see
phone.
how food brings people together? I
All
love
the
that
time.
too.
All the time. That's what I love about it. That's why I'm a foodie too. I love the fact that no matter what, you can always have a good time if food is present. Where are you going next with this?
Well, I have pretty much been doing everything by word of mouth and just what I know working in the industry. And I do know the power of social media. I do know the power of having a website. It's the first thing people ask because they want to see your food. You can tell them all day long how much you cook and who you cook for, but they. So I am working on a website.
And you're on Facebook.
And I do have Facebook, and I haven't developed a Facebook for the Jazzy Palette quite yet. So I just have to figure out the whole branding thing. Because once you're out there with social media, it's out there. So you want to make sure that you're putting your best self forward, and displaying your skills to the best of your ability. So I'm kind of taking my time on that because I've noticed just being individual on social media, it can get a little messy. So I want my brand, the Jazzy Palette, to be respected.
The Jazzy Palette. I'm stuck on a name. Really. I really like the name. It's catchy, it's easy to remember, even though I was having a problem with the intro. So besides pizzas and working for head chef, who else are you working with?
Well, one of my recent clients, she's a mom of 2, and her husband's NYP's rated.
Yay.
Finest, I should say, right?
Yay. Fireman?
No.
Chef?
No, he's a police officer.
Okay.
Yeah, New York Times.
Okay.
Right. So she works in finance, so she has long hours, and she's not. Part of the business that I offer is making New York. So and one of the things that makes cooking for people is that you're not prepared. So
Would you agree with that?
that was one of the things.
My bad. I'm sorry.
What was the question?
One of the things that Billi asked about was some of the other services that I offer, and I said one of the things that turns people off of cooking is that they themselves are not prepared in the kitchen. They don't know their own kitchen. You have to know where things are. They have to be accessible while you're cooking, and it's something that I learned in culinary school. It's called mise en place, and that's everything in its place. So you see how we have mise en place.
That's Japanese.
So it flows when you're in the kitchen. And that makes cooking enjoyable. Now, I'm not gonna say my kitchen's always like lined up with everything pictured. No, because I kind of just come off the cuff, like, okay, I need this.
Because you know where it's at.
But it's accessible. I do know where everything is. So kitchen reorg was one of the things that I did for a recent client.
Okay.
And I've been working on some menu items for her children who are very picky eaters. Her son has ADHD.
Thanks for the crust.
And daughter's just more firecracker. But they have their kind of helped me to kind of build up my horizons. Now I'm doing research to kind of make meals for children that are picky eaters. My son's not picky at all. So
But that's because of you.
right. So it really starts from the beginning. But okay, if your child's 5, so I'm working with her with that, and then I'm also what I did is I went to her home like on Sunday, prepare 4 or 5 entrees for the week, and her fridge stocked. And I will reorganize your kitchen so that you can find everything, and then while I'm there cooking, I can find everything, prep everything, package it, store it, date it, make sure you can freeze some things you will eat during the week, and you have enough meals to feed everyone in your household for the week. And then we visit you again on Sunday.
All right.
And you don't have to worry about it.
So
And the shopping is also a part of the experience. Some people like to do their own shopping because that helps them feel like they're involved in the meal process.
I am the woman of the house.
Exactly. And I understand that. That's something you may want to do, but I would also do the shopping because I pretty much know what I'm going to
Put in it.
we go over the menu for the
Yeah.
week. You don't have to, it's not something that you're excluded from, but we'll go over the menu. You tell me what you like, what you dislike. I tell you what we can do to make some things healthier. But we do portion control, so there's enough for everyone for each portion of the meal. If there's 4 servings, there's 4 servings. So that's pretty much the service that I offer. And then you're practice.
This is awesome that you're available, for this, because I was having a conversation about this particular issue. And Sydney, maybe you can help me with this question, but we're up to times, and it seems to be a norm that women don't know how to cook. So now you have Chef Jazzy here that can shop for you, prepare your meals for you for the 7 days straight, and you're all good and fine and dandy. But if that person got a man that they trying to impress, and what happens, Jazzy gonna have to be hiding in the closet, whatever. But would that be okay? Like, is that okay to know that? This woman don't know how to cook, but she can wear the hell out of a red dress, but she got Jazzy on speed dial, and that's still acceptable, right? That would be acceptable in this time?
I think so. I think that people have evolved, and there's more to your partner, your spouse, cooking. So I would think so. As long as they're, it'd be fine.
Like looking good in a red dress. Very important, very important.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Well, I asked you because, you guys been having...
I've been spoiled though.
Yeah.
My wife can cook. She's a great chef.
Right.
So I've been spoiled. But
And you don't have to be on.
I don't want you on my mouth.
You just go do your thing. I don't need you to babysit me. I don't know.
You like the pizza?
No. Let me in. Go take the kids out. You and your husband, you all go for a family trip. You give me a couple hours, maybe a few. Give me 3 hours. I'll whip up about 3 or 4 things.
See? You trying to make me not want to cook no.
I have to. You know,
Billi.